The volumetric measurement of liquids is a routine operation in the laboratory. Therefore, volumetric instruments such as graduated cylinders, bulb pipettes, graduated pipettes, pipettes, and volumetric flasks are standard equipment in the laboratory. Each of these devices has a specific purpose and a distinct level of accuracy and precision associated with it. Pipettes and Erlenmeyer flasks are never used for accurate volumetric measurements because the graduated markings on them are only approximate. Graduated cylinders are designed to measure out liquid volumes. Their tall, narrow design makes for a reasonably precise reading of the liquid level. First, fill the graduated cylinder with liquid. Then set the meniscus to the required mark. In most cases, the meniscus is curving upwards, that is a concave meniscus. In this case, the volume has to be read at eye level at the lowest point of the liquid level. The lowest point of the meniscus has to touch the upper edge of the graduation mark. The indicated volume is the amount of liquid contained. If higher precision is needed, more precise devices are used, for example, pipettes. There are two types of pipettes, bulb pipettes and graduated pipettes. Bulb pipettes are also called single-volume pipettes. They contain only one mark and are for total delivery. Never hold a bulb pipette by its bulb because hand warmth will alter the volume. Hold it by the barrel. For graduated pipettes, the scaling on them permits the delivery of partial volumes. Note that some graduated pipettes have the graduation marks continue to the tip. Some others end before the tip. Check carefully which type of pipette you are using before you do pipetting. To begin, check if the pipette is clean. If water beads are collected in the inner surface, the pipette is not clean. Follow a cleaning procedure or obtain a clean pipette. It is good practice to rinse your pipette with the solution to be delivered from it before you actually use it. Pour the liquid to be pipetted into a beaker. The volume should be sufficient to rinse a pipette for at least 3 times. Using a pipette filler, draw up a small quantity of the liquid and thoroughly rinse the entire interior surface by rolling the pipette horizontally. Drain the rinsed liquid into a waste beaker. Repeat the rinsing procedure at least twice. Then use a pipette filler to draw the liquid up the pipette until it is filled to 2 to 3 centimeters above the graduation mark. Remove the pipette filler and quickly place your forefinger over the top of the pipette stem. Make sure there are no air bubbles in the bulk liquid or foam at the surface. Wipe the outside of the pipette with tissue. Then allow the liquid to flow out until the bottom of the meniscus is just at the calibration ring. The pipette must be held vertically with the mark at eye level. To pick off the last drop adhering to the outside of the tip, touch the tip to the side of the flask. Move the pipette to the receiving vessel, with the pipette held vertically and the pipette tip touching the wall of the container. Allow the liquid to drain freely. Once the liquid appears to be completely drained, leave the pipette for about 3 seconds. Do not blow or shake out the small amount remaining in the tip, as the pipette is calibrated to deliver a specified volume with the small amount remaining. Pipettes are used for titration in volumetric analysis. To begin, check if the pipette is clean and the stopcock works well. If the pipette is not clean, follow a cleaning procedure or obtain a clean pipette. It is good practice to rinse your pipette with the solution to be dispensed from it before you actually use it. Close the stopcock and use a funnel to add about 10 milliliters of the solution to be dispensed from the pipette. Roll and tip the pipette, allowing the solution to thoroughly contact with the entire inner surface. Open the stopcock and allow the rinsed solution to drain. Repeat the rinsing procedure at least twice. After that, clamp the burette to a stand and bring the burette down to your eye level. Use a funnel to fill the burette with the solution to be dispensed to slightly above the 0 mark. Then remove the funnel. Open the stopcock to fill the tip and remove any air bubbles trapped below the tab. Should an air bubble persist inside, gently tap a finger against the location of the bubble to remove it. Refill the burette if needed. Drain liquid to set the 0 point accurately, although it is not necessary to start at 0 point as long as you have a sufficient titrant volume for your titration. Remember to read the meniscus at eye level. Wipe off any drops adhering to the discharge tip. Then you can do the titration by opening the stopcock to slowly add titrants to the sample. When the titration is finished, read the discharged volume at eye level. Any drops remaining on the tip of the burette should be wiped against the vessel wall and rinsed down. It is part of the titrated volume. Volumetric flasks are mainly used for the preparation of highly accurate dilutions and standard solutions. To prepare a standard aqueous solution with a volumetric flask, transfer the precisely weighed amount of substance into a clean beaker. Then add a minimum amount of DI water to dissolve the substance. Pour the solution to a clean volumetric flask and rinse the beaker with DI water thoroughly. Fill the volumetric flask with DI water to about half. Swirl the flask to mix the contents thoroughly, then top up the flask with DI water to just below the ring mark. Finally, top up the remaining volume using a wash bottle or a dropper until the meniscus is exactly at the ring mark. Close the flask and shake upside down to mix contents.